Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Big D. It's time to explain why I've been absent for an entire week. Last night I made a video expressing my disgust over what happened yesterday. As we all know, the Eagles lost, and I heard about it while I was listening to Philly 500's play-by-play, his live play-by-play chat during the game while I was at work. And last night's video was the first time I made a video in over a week. And the reason behind that is, number one, I'm kind of depressed. Like, not depression, but I've just been feeling really depressed lately. I mean, as we all know, a couple weeks ago when the Eagles played the Buccaneers, I had to get my phone replaced because my old one decided to give out on me because the screen couldn't take any more abuse. I mean, it was cracked and I couldn't never get it replaced. And I finally had to get it replaced at that time. And when I got my new phone, it cost me well over $200 to replace. And at the time, that was almost everything I had. And I wanted to go to the Eagles Vikings game so bad. That's the game that I wanted to go to more than any other, besides the Eagles Falcons, of course. Thank God I was at least able to make it to that game. Thank God. But the Eagles Vikings game, this next game coming up, is a game that I wanted to attend so bad you have no idea. I was thinking about it. I was thinking about it even when I went to week 1. Even then I was thinking about it because I wanted to go to it so bad. And my work has not been giving me enough hours. My work hasn't given me enough hours. They've been giving me 19 to 20 instead of 30. So I wasn't able to make enough a week. Because the thing is, I couldn't just get the ticket on its own. I also have to be responsible with my money. I also have to make sure I get food. And I also got to pay bills, you know what I mean? And I wasn't making anywhere near enough to save up for that Eagles Vikings ticket. And even if I could this week, I found out yesterday that I was going to be working Sundays. I mean, I talked to my boss, told him that Sundays aren't going to cut it anymore, that Sundays are a problem, but hopefully in the future I won't be working any more Sundays, so we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with that, but I feel like if my phone hadn't given out on me and I still had it, I would have been able to get my ticket and request that Sunday off. And that Saturday, just in case. But now I can't. I'm not going to be able to attend that game, and it's just really been bothering me every single day. And it's not just the ticket. It's not just the ticket that's making me feel. It's also because of other things in my own personal life. Like I've been trying to get my license for years. I passed my written test last year. And I've been trying to get driving lessons for over a year, and no one wants to help me get that. No one wants to give me driving lessons, but I hear that one of my coworkers is gonna try to help me out with that. Go figure. Imagine that. A coworker that you barely know is more willing to help you with driving lessons than your entire family. How pathetic is that? But hopefully it works out. Because there's a girl that I've been talking to for 2 years now, and no, actually it's been a year. It's been 1 year, not 2 years. But it's been a year since I started talking to her, and I want to see her so bad. And the reason why I've not been able to see her is because she lives all the way in South Jersey, and I live all the way up here in like northern Jersey, close to Tom's River, so I can't even see her. And it just kills me every single day. And it's not just, and not to mention, I've also been under a lot of stress with trying to get to work. Once again, going back to trying to drive, I mean, where I work, if I was driving, it would only take me not even 10 minutes to get there. It wouldn't even take me 10 minutes. But because I walk everywhere, it takes me a fucking hour to get there, and it takes me an hour to get back. And those are 2 hours that I can never get back instead of 20 minutes. And it also really affects my sleep. There's days where I've been sleep deprived. Of course, this is kind of contradictory to not getting enough hours, but at the same time, I just don't know what. At this point, I don't even know what to think. But it's more so the depression. I can deal with having to sacrifice sleep hours and all that. It's just not being it's the sadness and it's the depression that's really getting to me. It's not so much the stress. I can handle that. I can handle that a lot more. And keep in mind, this is my first full season. This is the second full Eagles season that I'm covering. The first season was last season, and this is the first season that I'm covering while I have a job at the same time. Last year I was unemployed. I had to have family help me out with that. So I've been under a lot of stress. I have to walk to work and back, and a lot of times because I'm sleep deprived, when I come home, I don't even feel like kicking the camera on. I just feel like going right to sleep. And this is another thing that upsets me. Another thing that's been getting to me is the fact that I feel like I've let my audience down. I feel like I let my audience down, the ones that look forward to seeing me kick the camera on live for No Holds Barred, for sports talk, for my takes on the team, and all that, doing the live recap, which I wasn't able to do. But I'm gonna do my best. I'm doing the very best I can. I'm not afraid to admit I'm a man. I'm gonna admit I have been cracking under the pressure, and I'm also gonna admit that I'm not as good. I'm not as good as those guys like Philly 500, Joey Shakes, Desert. I'm not as good as those guys. I can't do this as well as they can. Always want to make sure I can kick the camera on, just back up what I say, give you straight facts and research, and giving you good insight on what to expect for the week, and all that good stuff. But I've been under a lot of stress, but it's more so because I've been feeling really down because I wanted to go to the Eagles Vikings game so goddamn bad. Because for those of you who don't know, I hate the Minnesota Vikings. I hate them so fucking much. It's getting to the point where I hate them more than the Cowboys. And I may start hating them more than the goddamn New England Patriots. Could you? I can't even believe I'm actually saying that. But the fact that having to get my phone replaced really ruined those chances, coupled with the fact that I can't even get anyone to help me with driving lessons, and not to mention there's a girl that I've been wanting to see for over a year that I can't see, on top of everything else. It's really bugging me every single day of my life. Of course I gotta chin up. I gotta chin up and just do the very best I can and hope things will improve, and just think positive. Because that's what I like to try to do. I want to think positively. I'm tired of thinking negative. Guess what? I've been thinking negative for a long time in my life. And guess where negativity gets you? Absolutely nowhere. It gets you nowhere with this Eagles team, and it also gets you nowhere in life. I mean, I once wanted to be a believer of that whole Bob Knight, or whatever his name is, the power of negative thinking, the unconventional way of achieving positive results. Guess what? That's all bullshit. Thinking positively has gotten me further in life than thinking negatively. So I'm going to do my best to do that, and I'm going to try it. I'm going to do the very best I can to make sure I'm on camera this week this time. And besides, at least at least September's finally over. At least October is here. My favorite month of the year. So anyway, that's just all I wanted to tell you. I'm sorry for bending your ear a little too much. Anyway, y'all have a good one.